Youdia.
How y'all doing today? Young activists here with Youdia TV, our network, and today we're going to introduce each and every single one of these brothers up here. And also on top of that, we got a special guest, 7-year-old man, 7-year-old young boy up here. So let's start. Let's go around the circle. We're going to start off with Noah over here. Introduce yourself, man.
My name is Noah.
What's up, y'all? It's your brother Hasadai, aka Haas with the Sauce.
My name is Azariah.
My name is Caleb.
My name is DJ. Ali.
Okay, and so today we're going to have a show. We're going to have a little bit of boy talk, right? Or man talk, you know. We have a lot of testosterone in the room today. And so we're going to start off the conversation with, you know, first and foremost. What type of did y'all watch cartoons growing up?
Yeah.
You watch cartoons?
Right.
I know I watched cartoons. My favorite cartoon was Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Ooh, that's a
Right.
classic. So,
I'm really curious though on like what was y'all favorite cartoon growing up and why? So we're gonna go around the circle. I want y'all to explain what y'all favorite cartoon was and the reason why. And I want to hear what his favorite cartoon is because you know
I
he's
don't
going
have a
up.
cartoon.
You don't watch cartoons?
Mm-mm.
You just watch YouTube?
I watch it.
You watch anime? Okay, bet.
that's
All right, so
good
tell me
answer.
what your favorite anime is. So we're gonna separate it. What's your favorite cartoon? And if you don't have that, what's your favorite anime? All right. So we're gonna go around the circle. We're gonna start off actually on this side.
Oh, cool.
Make sure y'all speak up too.
Growing up, I watched like a lot of Dragon Ball Z, so we'll go with that. Yeah.
Let me see. Well, I really grew up really liking creepy things. Like first movie I watched was Bloody Mary, so definitely Courage the Cowardly Dog. Because I remember one episode vividly. It was it was the episode where the dude was just trying down, and it's like
She would come up out the water and she
Yeah.
like eat, she tried to eat Eustace.
yeah.
Word.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that's
that
great.
one was dope.
My favorite anime is Naruto.
Baruto? Wow.
I'm out.
I didn't know people watched Naruto.
Wow.
Have you ever seen Naruto?
Shippuden?
No, but
It's
have
Naruto's son.
no, have you seen?
No,
Have
we
you seen
never
Naruto?
seen Naruto.
Yeah.
You seen Naruto? Why is Baruto why is that your favorite show?
Cause like it has a lot of action and a lot of details.
A lot of actions and a lot of details?
Hey,
That's a good
it-
answer.
It is a good answer, but if you want more action, go ahead and watch Naruto, the Chunin exams.
I already watched the whole thing.
So you've seen the Chunin exams with Rock Lee taking off his things and
Don't
then going.
press this child.
I'm sorry,
Let this man enjoy Naruto.
He can enjoy it. He can enjoy
I
it.
also realize it's relatable because he's young like him, right?
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I'll give him that.
Man, let me see. I gotta say, Code Names Kids Next Door.
Kids next
That
door.
was the show, man.
Hey, who's your favorite number?
Number one, bro. I always grew up wanting to be the leader, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, I don't know. I just always wanted to be the leader. That's why I always took to like the Red Power Ranger or everybody that was the leader. You know what I'm saying? So
Are you the leader of your group now?
yes,
You the alpha?
yes, I am.
Will the people also agree upon that?
Will you agree upon that, Ali?
I'm gonna let you have it for now, but we're gonna have a serious conversation later.
All
Nah,
right.
y'all gotta fight for it. That's
So we gonna fight.
that's how alpha works.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah, we fight for it all the time.
For real?
actually,
Right now, I'm down.
No. I'll give you this. I do follow him and make dumb decisions. So you can have it. You can
All right,
have
so
it.
you gonna put me out.
That hurts.
Hey, so psychologically, you like that show because you always grew up wanting to be the leader, so you admired that position.
Yes, I have. Yes.
Word. Okay, so why is that? Is it insecurity?
I don't know, honestly. I could say it's a part of my insecurity, probably, but not too much. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I just always wanted to be the leader. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always want somebody to follow. Like, be the one to, what's that word? Like hype the group. You know
Are you
what I'm
okay to
saying?
follow? Are you okay to be the follower?
Oh yes, I am. I'm always alright to be a follower. I'm always open to perceive other things. So if I'm wrong, you know what I'm saying, I could fix my error. You know?
So sometimes you're number one and sometimes you're number two.
Yeah, I could play both.
You're giving off lots of number two energy. I think you're number one.
You think you're number one?
I do.
I don't think so.
Anyways,
I don't know. He kind of got the head shake.
He got the head shake.
what handshake? Anyway,
Football head.
number uno. Anyways, it's your turn.
Shoot, I watched a lot of TV growing up. I want to throw out a super obscure one. You ever seen Fillmore?
Fillmore went nuts.
Alright, y'all are nerds, because that was like the black nerd's dream of being like the hall monitor cop dude.
Yes,
And then the one time he swerved the white girl with the red hair. That's the end. That's the
That
internet
chick was
classic.
dry, real dry.
real dry.
Yeah, he's super cool. His partner was like the goth girl off of NCIS.
So, anyways, now talk.
Why you doing what?
Alright, so he already went deep for us. So it just shows you film. Okay. So what about you, Noah?
Danny Phantom.
Danny,
That was my first.
Yes, sir.
I still remember the entire intro by heart. That's my shit.
So did you admire Danny Phantom?
Yeah.
Why?
Why? Because growing up, he was like a pretty cool kid. He would turn into a ghost, fight bad guys from other dimensions. It was pretty cool. It was like my first cartoon ever.
Oh, okay. Did you like his crushes and all that too? What was the girl's name on there? Lassie.
Oh,
Sam? Shoot, they just had baddies.
Sam.
Sam.
Okay.
And then we also got to shout out Danny Phantom for dating our sister. He dated
He did have a black girlfriend.
yeah, he did. And she was bad.
She wasn't black, she was Hispanic.
No, that was a black one. She wore like a yellow shirt.
Yeah.
He did?
Yeah.
Hey, Danny
She was
Phantom looked
bad.
Hispanic too though. He didn't even look
He
He didn't look white.
His dad's just a fat, like a big Mexican dude.
Hell yeah.
He is.
Hell
Big
yeah.
Mexican scientist.
Hell yeah.
That's diversity.
Yeah, that's crazy. So Danny Phantom, all right up. That kind of fits your personality. That makes sense. All right, so going into that, so all of y'all have your favorite cartoons growing up, right? And what y'all related to. A lot of y'all pick shows that y'all can relate to, right? So I want to also know, like, what would y'all have labeled yourselves in school? Was y'all sitting with all the baddies and the cheerleaders and the athletes? Like, where was y'all in school? Was y'all with the creeps in the background clipping their toenails? Like, where was you at in school? Like, what lunch table would you say you was sitting at? Was you the nerds? Like, be honest.
And before that start, I want to know what the young activist would label himself.
Oh.
For all the millions watching.
Your favorite show?
I said what my favorite show was. Actually, my favorite show was Dragon Ball Z. But my favorite, like, cartoon was, like, Teen Titans and Courage the Cowardly Dog.
He did say that.
Yeah.
So, what would you name what would you label yourself in high school?
I would have labeled myself in
Or
high
in
school. I would have labeled myself in high school a pretty general student. I liked hanging out with like the cooler kids, but I was honestly just like a very like I was what you would call. I wasn't a nerd. I was just a typical nigga in school. Keep it all bad.
Keep it bad.
Like I was just pretty middle grounded. You know, I could hang out with the cool kids one day and go hang out with the nerds. You know what I'm saying? I was pretty generally balanced. It just depended on how I felt that day. You know what I'm saying? If I embarrassed myself on like the football field, I got clowns one day, I'm gonna go chill with the nerds. But if I was out here killing the game for the week, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go hang out with the jocks and whatnot. It just depended on how I felt, right? So that's honestly my situation. Actually, let's start off with Noah, because you still in school. So what would you honestly label yourself? Are you a nerd? Like, are you hanging out with the gothic weirdos? Like, where was you?
Wait, they not weird. We can't diss them for
Just put
they.
a label.
Okay, athletic weirdos. Pretty weirdos.
Okay,
Everybody weirdos.
Everybody weirdos.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So who you hanging out with? What weirdos you hanging out with in school?
The anime weirdos. That's bad. Only anime. I'm not surprised. Like,
Not gonna
anime is like the stuff. I'm just gonna hang out with anime weirdos.
Hey, so what is anime weirdos like intent? Is this people who like dye their hair?
Are you
know
talking
what I'm
about
saying?
the weebs? Like the
Yes, the weeds. Yes, so much shit.
You got a body pillow?
They'll just walk up to you. Oh my what? Moshinderu. Just be like, no, he's
Hey,
like.
y'all running the hallways like this?
Headband on.
Do you you own, be honest.
Bro, got the Naruto music in the back.
Do you own like one of them headbands Naruto be wearing? Be honest.
Do you have one?
Look, if we play.
Cause I was finna
Bro, you know for a fact
Hey,
this-
we don't talk about.
You know for a fact this man got a slash hidden leaf thing at home. He got kicked out.
So we know that you was a nerd in school. You still is
Currently, all right, nerd in school.
Yeah, you don't grow out of that. What?
You could grow out of
You
it,
could.
nerd.
Nah,
I mean, no.
once you've chosen the nerd life, you walk that path until you
That
die.
sound like some game.
You get you a nerd wife,
Let him
you have
out.
nerd kids, period.
That's actually
Shoot, I know for a fact my girlfriend is a huge nerd. She big into anime.
Have y'all watched anime together?
Yeah.
That's weird. Okay.
No, it's not. It's beautiful.
It's
I
not.
love her.
Wait,
She's
you
great.
a lady?
Yeah, me
Watch
and my
anime
lady.
together.
Yes.
Oh.
So y'all weeds. Okay, so like
We not weeds though. We don't appropriate Japanese culture.
I don't know. Your shorts are pretty weavy, but
These are weeb shorts. I'm sorry, I didn't know there was a qualification. I don't.
As long as you don't have a Goku outfit. But
I don't.
So we know that you a nerd. We know that.
no, he's not a nerd. He's a weeb. There's a difference.
Yes, we
It's the same thing, bro. No. All right.
That's like
Wait,
saying not to argue about this. That's like saying.
All right. Before I
and
judge the
punk are
situation, explain to me the difference between a nerd and a weeb.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead, Ali.
A weeaboo is Americans that get into.
Wait. You said weeaboo.
That's for
Is weeb not short for weeaboo?
Weeb is short for weeaboo. I know Taku.
In otaku
Is
is
black short
is
for
different.
nigga? Is that the difference?
Is black short for
How did we get here? How did we get here? We were asking him about what he is in high
I
school.
mean, he found it offensive. He said that they aren't the same. So I was
Because they aren't the same. The difference between a weeb and a nerd, you were.
No. A weeb and a weeaboo is what he's
Oh, a
arguing.
weeb. No, those are the same thing.
Exactly.
Back on track. What is a weeb?
A weeb is basically Americans that get into Japanese culture, like anime and whatnot. Probably started with like Akira or something. And they tend to want to appropriate that culture or just like heavily like resonate with that culture to the point where
Being a weeb is cultural appropriation.
So you're basically a person who admires Japanese culture in school.
yeah, but like
More than admire, you take that on. Just like white kids that like
your
idolize
lifestyle. Yeah.
like white kids who
Yeah,
say
I
the
know
N-word.
Okay, word. All right. So what about you?
Exactly.
Hospital
He's
facade.
right. He's
Hospital
right.
facade.
He's right. You're not a weeb.
In school, high school specifically, I was an outcast. Because I played football, and I would be around like the more popular football people, and like we would like roast and I'd kick it with them. I'd be in the same classes with them because I was in AP classes with them. But like also like it wasn't at Gateway. It was different because you had the upper echelon of each different group. So even in bands, you had an upper echelon, and then you had niggas who you did not know their name. And so I could bang with the upper echelon cats. But I would usually be around the lower people because I'll be like, you need love too, my man.
So was you a nerd?
I'm a nerd now.
So you were like a culture.
But
you was like a culture breaker nerd. You would go into different.
I was like Jesus.
Okay. He was like.
You were all things to all nerds.
I was all things to all men. You be
This man said he think he.
Oh, you ain't trying to go deep, brother.
He's Jesus.
I was exactly because I could do the fashion, but I also rap and I could bring the gangsters with it. But we like to wear polos too. I was all things to all men.
But short story, you was a nerd.
I mean, I'm a nerd now, but everybody's a nerd. You can be a nerd for football. If you know how to break down every X and O and you know everybody's routes and you can break down the cover too and you understand how the different schemes on the line work and what gap to shoot, you're a nerd for football.
So it's a noun and a verb at the same time.
Yeah, it's like.
I didn't say it was a verb. I don't think.
So is a nerd an addiction towards a specific subject?
Yeah, you just have an affinity for something that might make you less desirable to different people.
So he's a nerd.
He's a weeb. Next, Azariah.
He's a weeb.
Azariah, what were you in school?
collecting Pokemon cards.
I don't know, honestly. We was collecting Pokemon cards.
I
That's a different
was
story.
kidding. I did not know.
Oh, you didn't know that? I thought I told you that. Alright, but nah, honestly, I was like,
That's
I
what
was
leaders
everywhere.
do. Leaders collect Pokemon cards.
Yes, we do.
Leaders collect Pokemon cards.
We sure
Remember
do.
that,
He
y'all.
thinks he's Ash.
Malcolm X was collecting Pokemon cards.
He was.
He was.
His Pokemon cards got value.
Anyway.
But, no, I was like in every little section, you know what I'm saying? Like, I tried something out. you know, every other day. Well, I used to play football, so I used to hang with them a lot. And then, like, once I, like, decided to, you know, get, like, mature a little bit, like, I started to hate, like, the little drama that go on. So I'll move over here, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, after a while, it was just me and Ali, and, you know what I'm saying? It was just us. So, yeah, at the lunch table. So,
So did you really have, like, a social group to kick it with, or what would you call that situation?
let me see. I don't know. I don't call two people a social group. I just call it two homies hanging out. You know what I'm saying? So.
And y'all will only kick it with each other?
Yeah, I mean,
like there'd be people around.
There'd be other people around, but it'd just be like, you know.
What high school did y'all go to?
We went to George Washington. Yeah.
Word.
Huh?
No, I said word.
Oh, I thought you said win. My fault.
Yeah. So y'all went to G-Dub and basically y'all just created your own little sector.
Yeah.
I transferred to G-Dub my senior year, and
I transferred. Well, I was there my whole.
Yeah.
So if y'all were homies, I wonder what you're gonna label yourself. Before we get on to you, because this is gonna explain a lot about you. Before we get on to you, I want to ask Lil Man.
What grade are you in, by the way?
Second.
Y'all hear that? Second grade.
Second grade.
So how's school? Like how's school for you just in general?
Good.
Remind the people of your name one more time.
My name's Caleb. And school is good.
who do you hang out with at school, Taylor?
Like, who's the people you hang around? I know you hang around your cousins a lot.
Let's see.
You-
Oh, you giving out names?
Are you naming names? You snitching on people right now?
Go ahead and shout them out. They gonna see it.
Hey,
You already know. I gotta shout out my homie T-Bone. He got too many friends.
He said, "What's his name?"
So long story short, Caleb, do you know what a nerd is?
Not really.
Okay. What do you know? What's another phrase for a nerd at that age? Right? You know what a geek is?
No, a geek is different than a nerd.
Huh?
No, but I know what a teenager is.
A teenager?
I'm not even gonna get
Okay,
into that.
so
Do y'all have, are there social groups as second graders, or do y'all just kick it together? Does everybody hang out together?
before you ask that though, do you know what social groups are? Okay.
I mean, like, honestly, they all
Like
kids, you know?
I just got into second grade probably a lot of months ago.
A lot of months ago. So
That's accurate.
So do you do the black kids hang out with the black kids?
There's only 3 black kids in my class.
Really? So you go to?
Are you including yourself as one of them? I know.
Do you go to white school?
It's more whites than the blacks.
Way more whites than blacks.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make you feel some type of way?
Yeah, because there are 12 whites and 3 blacks.
Are they racist towards you?
No.
No, they cool with you. Nobody ever said the N-word. Do you know what the N-word is?
Yeah.
Does it make would you feel angry if a white person said that to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's powerful.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Word. Why?
Because it's disrespectful, and if they do, then I'm probably gonna go crazy.
You gonna beat him up? I got a question. Do you and the other black kids at your school say the N-word? No? Okay. DJ!
Word.
What's up?
When you was in high school, man.
Oh,
What would you
2 months ago.
Alright, now, what do you label yourself as?
I remember starting high school, I was definitely just kicking it by myself because I didn't know how to fit in. I was so awkward, and then I decided I was going to grow out of that awkward, when I graduated. So I've been awkward my entire high school career. It never happened where I was just yeah, this is great. But I don't know, I just kind of... I tried my best to blend into groups and stuff like that. I would definitely be places that I didn't belong at all, just kicking it. chilling with the football players because I got the connects, or chilling with the choir kids because I was a choir kid, or chilling with the band kids because I got the connects, or chilling with the nerds because I got the connects. Long story short, I got connects, and that's all that matters. I was a loner though.
So you say you were a loner?
Yeah, for most of it, like, I had friends or whatever, but a lot of my friends went to different schools, like Ali was in college for a good amount of it, and then my brother Gio, we went to the same school for a bit, and then things happened, and and
Gio is your brother?
yeah,
Oh.
Kamara and people like that. So they all went to different schools.
So you was basically just a loner in school, or like a labeled as outcast.
No, not an outcast, because it wasn't like I couldn't find somewhere that I could just be type deal. I just chose not to. Because social constructs are real BS.
Social constructs.
Yeah, and people that care about the popularity and doing all the drugs and going to the parties and stuff like that end up like nowhere. Like sometimes they end up in great places, like they know how to balance it, but like that's a rare commodity.
Usually they're Caucasian.
Very much so. What did lunch look like for you?
I was always at a park nearby with my little select group of friends who were all low-key druggies. Because like shoot, it was just the most interesting place to be. Like things always happen, and I never partaked, but partaked. Parlay. But no, I never did any stuff with them. I just wanted to be around and watch, and because it was funny to me. Like they were all on one, and I was just like, I gotta go to class after this, so I'm just here to see what happens. It was one day, very, very vividly. It was a good day, because I don't know what the beef was, but girl got spun like a Beyblade on the.
Like a Beyblade.
Like a Beyblade on, the spinny things in parks. Yeah. On one of those, she was sitting on it, and then old girl came up and just, and she.
It was merry-go-round thing.
She unraveled?
Yeah, it was hilarious. I still got the video on my phone.
What's up, y'all got to
Hey, so now, my question is, because I really wanted to get to this. So you would label yourself as a loner. Okay, what would you label yourself in school? Be honest.
DJ took a lot of my points. Thanks, DJ. Appreciate it. I was definitely a loner growing up. I don't know. Like, I always had, like, a select group of friends I hung out with, but I always kind of, I don't know, felt like I had me at the end of the day. Like, I would try to be there for people as much as possible because, it's the right thing to do. But then it just kind of felt like, I don't know, sometimes when I needed people, they just didn't show up. And I understand that's life, like I can't knock them for that. So I just relied on myself. And then especially entering high school, I kind of struggled to find my place a little bit. But then come like sophomore year or so, I met like a group of like African and black kids, and then we all would just like roast every day, like a competition, like every day we'd get to the lunch table and start roasting. That was
everybody's things back in the day. Like,
yeah.
We was roasting on the bus, roasting.
Are you African?
Yeah, I am African.
Where are you from?
Both my parents are from Mali in West Africa, and they came here.
Oh, word. Yeah.
So I was born here in Denver.
Word. But your family's origins is from Africa.
Yeah.
Okay, word. Would you say there's a division between Africans and blacks in school? American blacks?
Growing up, yeah, but like it's come to a point recently where being African is considered cool now. Like, be it probably like Black Panther paved like the way for that. Along with people realize African culture wasn't that bad, but like elementary school, middle school, you'd kind of be labeled some type of way.
You was a booty scratcher, right?
Yeah.
Damn. He's weird for it. He ain't even let him say it.
Or I'm eating couscous, fufu, like stuff like that. They be acting like those meals don't smack. They're good. Like,
they are. I get it. They good.
Couscous is delicious, but fufu is kind of
10 cents. And especially like the way I'm built, I heard all those jokes growing
You
up.
definitely built like a new boat.
50 cents a day, all that. But
new bowl. These people don't know who that is, man.
Bowl. Taco Fall.
There we go. Now you talking.
Okay.
Now people understand.
You're a lanky African, bro. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, you're super.
Thanks.
You're super.
Didn't know this. Cool.
Either way.
Anyway, couscous. Tell us about that. No, I'm just, you said that you'd be there for people and they wouldn't be there for you. Now that you graduated, well, how does that feel like? What is your mindset towards them situations now that you kind of matured some?
I mean, it's still kind of, well, to be fair, due to those situations, along with, like, in high school and as of now, I tend to have secluded myself a little bit. Like, I'd be cool with people and, like, I know them and, like, we talk and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, I would seclude myself on purpose.
That's actually a good transition, because Barbara Berry just asked. She said, are any of you introverts? And if you are, do you feel pressured, or when you were in school felt pressured to fit in?
Do we all know what introverts are, by the way?
Yeah.
Everybody.
Do you know what an introvert is, Caleb? Because they forgot about you, but I did. So what an introvert basically is a quiet person. Are you a quiet person?
It's more than being a quiet person. It's a person who's more like, they don't like dealing with everybody. They're not as like, I want to go hang out and play with everybody. They're more like, I just want to sit here and play with my toys and be
I'm not a quiet person.
You like
So you an extrovert then? You like hanging out with lots of people?
Oh yeah, we have that in common. So
It's because you light skin.
you a colorist. See, bro.
I'm just playing on the theme of the room.
See, tell him. Hey, man, he's a colorist out here.
I'm just playing on the theme
like
of the
it's
room.
dashiki, brother.
I know that we come in all shapes, sizes, colors, and creeds as black people. So I'm just playing the theme of the room.
Preach African Bambata. Okay, so now we're going on break. We're going to be back with y'all in about 2 minutes, which is 120 seconds. Stay tuned, y'all. We're going to make sure that we got it on and popping for the next half. Catch it.
Youdia.
One.
All right, y'all. We back again, like I said. I'm the host, Young Activist. Over here is the other host.
House with the sauce.
And today we're on the next portion of the show. So if y'all missed the first time, basically we were talking about a lot of general lighthearted things, you know, from what type of cartoons you watched growing up. If we was with the nerd crowd, if we was with the cool crowd. And so now we're gonna go into a little bit more of a serious route. And what that serious route is going to go into is I really want to hear what y'all feel about what's going on in the community. If y'all don't know, there's been multiple shootings, multiple deaths of young black men all across Denver and all across the world, Colorado. So I want to hear y'all opinions on how y'all feel. Like, are y'all scared to go outside? You know what I'm saying? Have y'all parents had conversations with y'all more frequently about danger and what's going on in the community? Does it make you feel less comfortable to communicate with people on a day-to-day basis? Like, where's y'all mentality? Like, do y'all have a solution at hand? Do y'all want to do more for y'all community? Like, I want to hear y'all mentalities. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go across. Just tell me how y'all feel, what's going on right now, who's interacting with y'all, are y'all scared? And we're going to just go across and hear y'all opinions. So we're going to start off on Noah's side, actually. Make sure y'all speak up, too, because...
How I feel is I'm pretty scared to go outside because I don't want to get hurt, shot, killed. I don't want to die yet because I have a lot of things I have to do in life. And I don't want to just die as a normal kid. I want to do something great for my life.
Okay. So you said die as a normal kid. What's a normal kid?
A normal kid to me is basically a kid that didn't really do good in school, really didn't have that many friends, that didn't really try to work his way up in life.
Right. So basically, general, right? Okay. Word. What about you, my brother?
I mean, to quote Cameron from Paid in Full, niggas get shot every day, B. Straight like that, like, people get shot all the time. And, like, not to make light of people dying, because that's going to happen, but, like, I understand if I go, I go. I understand I might go at the hands of a brother who look like me, or I might go out to a white supremacist. At the end of the day, I got to continue to push forward and shine my light and make sure, like, young men, like the young men around me, see the way in which to walk so that when I die, I'm leaving a legacy that people can follow.
Okay, word. Definitely. What about you, my brother?
Honestly, like, with everything going on in the world, you know what I'm saying? Like, I be scared to go outside. I'm not gonna lie. I be scared to go down the street to go get, you know, something to drink from the store. Because I'm definitely afraid to get pulled over by the police and, you know, lose my life to something as simple as like a taillight being out. You know what I'm saying? So, in all honesty, I just, like he said, you know, I could die by somebody like a brother like me that look just like me, or I could die to a white supremacist. And, you know, it's like, it's the jungle outside. You know what I'm saying? It's the field, you know, so.
Word.
So, I'm not kind of scared, but I'm kind of scared because what if someone snatched me up while no one's looking? What if I get hurt? What if I get kidnapped?
So speak up a little bit to the mic.
What if I get kidnapped and that's all?
So you scared to get kidnapped?
Yeah.
That sounds like what you're really scared of. Why are you so scared to get kidnapped?
Because, like, what if, like, they hold you hostage and, like, no one can find you and stuff?
Do you feel protected? Kind of.
Do you feel, if you see a police officer, do you feel like you can go up to that police officer and talk with them?
No.
Why not? Because why?
I feel like they're just going to walk up and, like, what if they're, like, fake or something?
Like they might hurt you or like they might not believe you? Both.
Yeah.
What he said, that part. I'm okay.
What they hurt me or don't believe me? Yes. A and B.
I feel you, Caleb. How about you, DJ?
I'm a little more personally hurt by it. My stepdad was actually a big person down in Memphis for a couple of things that he did. But he tried to stop doing it, and the police constantly messed with him. I remember a story that he told me actually about one time he was just out with some of his friends in his car and they pulled him over and they had him on the side of the highway and they stripped searched all of them. And this is like back in like 80s, 90s when it was like especially bad. But just like humiliation like that is just something that it's just a tactic that they try and use, and it's something that they drilled into my head. And I'm not saying like all police officers are bad because that's not the truth, but still at the end of the day, if you have 1,000 good officers that don't report 10 bad officers, you got 1,010 bad officers. Because like shoot, at the end of the day, like who's gonna hold these people accountable? We can't get back the lives of people like Breonna Taylor and Elijah McClain and Elijah McClain.
Who are you more scared of? Are you more scared of your people or cops?
I'm more scared of cops because, shoot, with our people, some form of justice ends up coming, but for cops, there is no justice. There is no peace. these cops aren't getting arrested. They aren't getting any repercussions. Like, sure, since we put them in mass media, we've gotten some of the results that we've asked for years, but there are still instances of people who have gotten no justice.
So what would be your solution for holding police officers accountable?
We need to either defund the police or have liability insurance for the police. So what I mean by defund the police, for anybody who doesn't know, is I'm not saying we take all the funds from police and just break down and have the people figure out. No, I'm saying we reallocate funds that go towards the police department. We put them into schools and other places like roads and homeless shelters and whatnot, because the police are getting so much of our tax money and just funds, government funds. That's something that we can definitely change off jump, but we could also have some type of liability insurance, like they have to wear their body cams, of course, but also if they do something bad, instead of the entire precinct being hurt by it, that person is specifically liable. And by having a liability insurance, they can get their they can get things like pension and stuff taken away, or something along those lines.
So, going on for you to end it off. The question is you don't have to talk about cops. What's your situation? How do you feel when you go outside? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is, like, do you want to help? Like, what's your mentality? How are you handling and coping with all the deaths of our people when it comes to violence just in Colorado, period, right?
Honestly, it's very heartbreaking. Like, basically for me, it kind of started when Trayvon Martin died, and I knew that, like, because I love wearing hoodies, like, you'll only ever see me in a hoodie, and
How old was you when Trayvon Martin died?
Like, I was, like, 12, I think it was in 2012 when it happened. And just hearing that someone who wasn't even a cop could go out there and murder this little boy because he looked suspicious wearing a hoodie, that kind of, that broke my heart. It really did. And then Mike Brown hit, and then all these countless others. And then the most recent one that actually had me distraught was Elijah McClain. Because not only it happened, like, here, but I know he was some type of anemic, and he kind of, like, looks like me. Like, we had, like, the same, like, build to an extent. And even him out there protecting himself against cold by wearing a face mask, he was just at a gas station walking home minding his business, and there's a video, you could hear his final words, and he's still trying to make the cops feel comfortable, and he just was a good person. He was like everything I could have strived to be. I feel like he was making more of a difference than I was, and he got that snatched from him. He deserved better. And even countless others deserved better. And they always will try to, like, flip the story or change the situation by labeling somebody as a criminal or going into their past. But that doesn't justify stealing a human life. Even Breonna Taylor was just, sleeping in her bed before she got gunned down? And it's really heartbreaking. Like, I just don't want other young kids like my brother or my future children to, like, grow up and be afraid of this situation. Even if it's not just cops, it feels like the world is against us sometimes. So I realized, like, I can't just be sitting at home and watching this happen and going crazy. So I'm trying to be part of something. I'm trying to do something with my life.
So what does that look like to you? What is that? What are you being a part of? How are you making that difference?
Honestly, I'm just trying to become part of anything that I can that has to do with supporting, fighting against oppression and whatnot.
Okay, word. Definitely. That's powerful. So, my next question would be is, when it comes to police brutality versus black violence, right? Youth violence when it comes to us killing each other. Of course, like, you getting emotional when cops kill us, right? And how it affects our community and the power behind that gun, behind that badge, right? When it comes to Ray Ray killing JJ, as opposed to Officer Jenkins killing, Jerome, what's the division? Why are we more affected when it comes to police officers killing us when we're ready to go wild against the system, as opposed to when we kill ourselves? Why do you think it's more powerful when that happens, right? I wanna we started off on this side, right? So we're gonna start off on this side.
All right, thank you. So basically, I feel like there's this tactic called redlining. It's been around for a while. I'm not sure if it's still as relevant, but in areas of poverty, especially where there are more people of color, especially those areas of poverty being over-policed, there will be a lot more crime happening there, which is why the media will label black-on-black crime, but not any other type of race-on-race crime. And I feel like if JJ kills Ray Ray, hypothetically speaking, they gonna look for whoever killed whoever because that's another thug off the street, correct? But if one of their cop homies kills a black kid, they're not...
He just doing his job.
He's just doing his job. And he's not... the kid who got killed doesn't get justice. Despite the fact if they were good or if they were bad. If they were a criminal or not. Because we've seen people with no criminal history that still haven't got justice to this day. So, yeah.
My entire stance on it is that black on black crime doesn't exist. 100%. Because we're not going out into the world and talking about white on white crime. That's not something we see in the news. We don't see Mexican on Mexican crime. It's just black on black crime. They want to make all of us seem like thugs because we fight each other, but they're out in the world doing the same thing with no repercussions. That doesn't make any sense. There are white people that kill other white people every day. There are Mexicans that kill other Mexicans every day. And we don't hear about any of that in mass media. But, if JJ kills Ray Ray, we hearing about that. Like, it doesn't make any sense. They're just trying to criminalize all of us from the jump. And that just is another chain on our foot. So we can't advance forward. That doesn't make any sense to me.
So, my question is remember also there's the police instance too. When it comes to police killing us, why is there uproar as opposed to Ray Ray and JJ?
Well, the police kill us. The police killing us are in positions of power. Let's get that straight right now. They get paid to protect and serve, and they end up using all of that power and that prejudice for their own malicious agenda. It is absolutely astonishing the people that we let put a badge on. And the police are supposed to be the trained people to protect us, and they're completely undertrained. They don't have enough de-escalation training. Something else we need to throw in.
If I could interject.
Go for it.
It's me studying psychology, being a psych major and whatnot. There's also a lot of aggressive police officers because let's say they have no career path they can go down, and almost anybody can be a police officer, and they tend to be more aggressive in order to protect and whatnot. So, and police, despite having all these funds to tear gas civilians and shoot rubber bullets at us, they don't put any funds towards mental health at all. They don't do any tests to see if this person is mentally stable enough to become a police officer.
So no psychological test.
Just a fun fact to go off what Ali just said. Tear gassing people is actually against the Geneva Convention. That's a war crime.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna let y'all finish. Go ahead.
But basically, the difference between police killing us and black man killing us is that the black man that does it is considered a thug, and the police that does it is considered a hero.
So you're saying we hold police officers to higher standards when they kill?
Not us personally, but
as
a society, yes,
as
we
a
do.
society, as a black community.
No, not as a black community.
So as everybody.
I would say generally people have sided with police.
We've hold more value towards
towards police.
We put them on a higher pedestal.
Yeah, but the black community from the jump has known that police have been off. We've put it into our media. This is something that the white people have tried to appropriate but never really understood. Like, that's one of our biggest things. We have rappers like J. Cole and Kendrick and NWA and Tupac and Biggie all rapping about police brutality in their own lives or how police have affected them. And we have people trying to take that and be like, oh, well, their fear is cool. And that's just not the case. We knew from the jump. So let's not get that twisted. We knew the police have always been a corrupt organization.
Also, interject one more time.
What's going on? We want to move it this way.
We good though.
That's my statement. Yeah, you go ahead.
So I do want to hear
Caleb, just just to get you back caught up. So we talking about when police do bad things to black people versus when black people do bad things to black people. You feel me? Okay. Go ahead. What was your question?
So, like he was going into, when black people kill black people versus when white people or police officers kill black people, we get usually more angry when police officers kill black people versus when black people kill black people. So I wanted to know your opinion, Caleb, on why you think that is, or why do you feel like, why do you think that is, Caleb? Why do you think we, well, first of all, why do you think we kill each other? You don't know why we kill each other?
I don't know either.
What about police officers?
I know because it, like whenever you just watching it.
I need you to speak up too, because I gotta hear you.
Whenever like you're just watching it just like seems like people have changed, like they're not the criminals anymore and like they are. And it makes people angry and it makes them not don't feel good about going outside.
So you said it seems like when you watch what's going on in the news that the police are the criminals? That's deep.
Deep, brother.
That's mad deep.
Deep. Okay, word. So.
That's right. What you say?
Like you were saying, like, Ray Ray, JJ, I don't know the names, but
Also, if y'all don't want to talk, y'all don't need to talk either. I just want to let that be known.
No, yeah, it's cool. But like you were saying, like, okay, I think we kill each other off of just like jealousy and hate for what the next man has. You feel me? Or, he got it. Let me go take it from him. Like, in the sense that if he has it, I can have it too. I just need to follow the steps. I mean, I can't get it the way you got it. But, I can also still have it, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's more of an issue when like a white officer or like a police officer kills a black male is because it's like, I feel like in my, like what I feel is just like it's an abuse of power, you feel me? Like it goes to your head and, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it goes to your head and then, you know what, you the big bad guy or, I gotta enforce the law, I don't see it as like, it's not, I can't find the words for it, but you know what I'm saying? It's not like, it's more, I'm kind of lost for words, but,
it's a tough conversation. So.
It really is. But then again, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like we kill each other off of jealousy and hate as what the other man has or like the other man's success, you feel me? Well, which we all can have it, but it just takes those steps. You gotta take those steps to get there. And then.
So why don't you see a bunch of Black Lives Matter signs when we kill each other?
Then again, I think it's that jealousy and hate. I mean, honestly, I've lost a lot of people to, black on black crime,
right.
As they call it black on black crime,
right.
But you were saying, I don't believe it exists myself. So, I mean, I don't know, honestly. I'll tell you that. I don't know why there's not a lot of signs when another black man kills another black man. It's pretty fucked up, but excuse my French, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
No, I was just wondering.
But you know, excuse my French.
Because I always wonder that question.
Right.
Why only when the white folk kill us? Do y'all, I want to hear your ideology. Do you think it's a form of self-hatred? You know what I'm saying? Like, I genuinely. If you don't know, it's cool. That's just a question that I've had, and I'd love to hear you guys' input on it.
I mean, it goes deeper than, than just that question. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we live through that every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could go out right now and get my life taken by a black man, and, it's gonna make the news. You know what I'm saying?
But you ain't gonna have, like, the media over you. You ain't gonna be no martyr. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No George Floyd.
Right, no George Floyd. I'm not gonna be that. But if a white man was to take my life, then
you're gonna be known forever.
I'm gonna be known.
You're gonna
forever.
have T-shirts with you on you, not just for a funeral, but forever.
Forever.
But they do RIP T-shirts too when you get taken by another nigga in the hood.
Yeah, but they only do it for your funeral.
It's for your funeral or the people around you.
Oh, you won't get no mural though.
You won't get no mural.
You ain't gonna have no mural like in the side of like a block or something. You know what I'm saying?
You don't become a hashtag when you're not killed by the police.
Nah.
Okay, word.
And that's what I was asking.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. So I want to hear your personal opinion as well.
You want to hear my opinion?
And if y'all disagree with anything, by all means, state your claim on why you disagree.
Yeah.
Because I want to hear all of y'all opinions. You know what I'm saying? This is an open forum for y'all to be able to express how y'all feel.
You see how he said that right before I spoke, right?
Yeah.
You see that?
He feel like
okay, do y'all not see his dot?
I just
brother, what you not understanding is
no overstanding.
No, understanding, brother, because it's inside of you. Nah, brother. Nah.
I just wanted to let him finish. That's all.
Yeah, are you finished?
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to let him finish. Like, I don't think it's a self-hate thing. I just think it's an ignorance thing. I don't think the black community hates ourselves because we have so much black pride.
What about like bleaching? Like bleaching your skin and like.
but like I wasn't saying it like
that would be more
self-hate.
Yeah,
colorism.
because it's jealousy and rage. It's pent up. It's something that we've had over years and years and years, and then it doesn't help that is also something that's sadly promoted in black media.
Right.
It's like it's cool to steal from other people, and it's just like, shoot, he got money, I'm running his wallets. Like,
right, I feel you.
Like, yeah, no, it's just like come out them shoes type deals. It just doesn't make sense, and that's just an ignorance thing. We don't all see that we can get to these higher points if we work together instead of bringing each other down.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, no,
it's like a jealousy thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, you got those shoes, I want. I can't afford them, but I'm gonna take them. You know what I'm saying?
I do want them shoes, by the way. I've been trying to get those.
I really need it. Besides the opinion, and then like I said, anytime there's an incident, you know what I'm saying? Please, by all means, state your opinion. Let's just make sure we get everybody's opinion out there first.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think it's perfect that you stated that, DJ. And you showed the naps while you did it to me, while you was like, we don't hate it ourselves. Let me.
Right. We don't.
This is what it comes down to. As black people, we've been in slavery for over 500 years. Because our slavery goes back before 1619. It really goes back until at least 1453 is when we started going into slavery. In our time of being in slavery, we've been beaten down, degraded, and torn down as a people to the point that mentally we're dead. Mentally, we don't actually care about each other. And it's been ingrained into us. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of it. It's called the Willie Lynch letter. And so within the Willie Lynch letter, it's the making of a slave. So in order to make a slave, you have to tear down their dependency on one another. You have to tear down the dependency of the black woman on the black man in order to flip the psychology of the children that come afterwards. Because she's going to raise her black son to be more dependent on her, and her black daughter to be more independent, to shelter that black man from the white man. But at the same time, you have to make sure that I don't trust Azariah, he don't trust me. Not only do we not trust each other, all the other white people, whether they own slaves or not, they don't trust us.
Right.
But you know who everybody trusts? Come on, guess. The who?
The police.
And who are the police predominantly?
The white folks.
The white.
Makes my teeth white.
Not only that, you have in slavery where they basically stole our whole history. They stole what should be our ideology on how we deal with one another. And they gave us false names like Black, African American. They renamed our countries, Nigeria, Ghana, Mali. They or if you're Mexican, or if you're Dominican, or if you're Native American, even though you were here before this place was called Native America, and we've been divided by skin color, like you said, colorism. We've been divided by gender, age, ageism, like you brought up. So now we're divided as a people. We don't like each other because we think we're different or this, that, and the third. But we know that the white man's good because he's Jesus.
Jesus was black, just as
Jesus was, my friend. That's what I'm talking
You can't
about.
say the word nigga with the dashiki.
My friend.
Can't say the word nigga with the dashiki.
my niggas. Like, yeah, that's it. Niggas.
Yeah, Jesus was black. But for 500 years, it was beaten into our brain that Jesus is a white man. And if Jesus is a white man, what does that mean about God? He's white. And if Jesus was a Jew and he's white, what does that make the Jews? White.
Yeah.
So, if God white, Jesus white, and God's people are white, what are we?
White?
No, we ain't nothing.
I'm playing with you.
We just niggas. We Ray Ray's and JJ.
We just niggas.
So it don't mean
JJ.
we Ray Ray's and JJ. So it don't mean nothing if I kill Ray Ray and JJ. But if Jesus killed me,
Black love.
Jesus, why are you doing this to me? I thought we was all equal, Jesus.
Doesn't matter.
Why are you doing me like that, Jesus? So it has to be a reversal of our mindset.
Yeah.
We have to come out of our slave mind. And it's hard because who's the hottest rapper right now? Just throw some people.
Little baby.
Lil Baby is Black Air Force energy hard.
NLE
Air Force.
NLE Chopper.
Ooh,
Chopper?
he's the Bodak Air
Wait,
Force.
hold on.
Bodak Air Force.
Caleb, what you say? Who?
I said I was going to say the same thing.
Who?
NLE Chopper.
NLE Chopper? That's a 7-year-old.
Rich.
So,
Not the box. Oh, God.
Oh yeah, Rodney Rich a Crip.
Yeah.
He's a gangbanger. He's a gang member.
NLE Chopper.
That's true.
So their songs are about selling drugs, and who they gonna sell the drugs to?
To the black man.
Okay, and pimping and taking advantage of hoes. Who are these hoes?
Black women.
Black or Hispanic women.
Y'all ever notice that when it comes to our music, we're the only people on the planet that degrade our women on music.
Yeah.
You don't
You
hear
hear
that.
Chinese women, you don't hear that country music, you don't hear that. You don't hear that in rock and roll like that. You might hear it in metal. You, know
You
what I'm
might
saying?
hear it in rock and roll.
You hear it like
Bottom
pop-punk.
Girls was
You
a
right.
song.
But the whole thing is the way we degrade our own, you know what I'm saying, our people, we ain't just doing it on some crazy, you know what I'm saying, like on a song. We do it like subliminally.
No, that's hip hop culture. Hip hop culture. When white people come to make fun of us and they talk about hip hop culture, what they talking about?
They're talking about
Gang-
the NLEs and the
Gang banging, sag your pants, hold this, hold that, bitch this, bitch that.
Yeah, no, and it's all bad. Which is why we need to like do a full overhaul of our rap
image.
culture. Yeah,
Not
all
just the
that
rap
stuff.
culture,
Our image as a whole, yeah, you're
Our
100%. You're 100% right because we have a lot of people that are completely uneducated on topics like this, and it's oh my god, it's so baffling. But in our biggest problem, well, I wouldn't say our biggest problem, but I would say a larger problem is I would have conversations with our younger Black youth and whatnot. So I'm talking about like 13-year-olds and stuff like that. People that like can get into hip hop, and I'll bring up people like J. Cole and Kendrick and J.I.D. People that got substance to them, and they'll be like, "But is he Blueface though?" Like what?
Blueface, baby.
What?
Blueface, baby.
It's just like they're.
Hey,
they're
do you know these rappers, Caleb? Blueface? NLE Chopper?
You know J. Cole?
Do you know who Frederick Douglass?
You don't know who J. Cole is?
Do you know Kendrick Lamar?
You don't for real, you don't know who Kendrick Lamar is? You're playing with me, right?
He playing.
It's
He was
hilarious.
listening.
You gotta be playing
He was
with me.
listening to Kendrick.
If I gotta slap
Do you know who Drake is?
yeah, you know who Drake
Everybody
is.
knows who Drake is.
That ain't
And
true.
why don't you like Drake?
Please don't say it.
Speak true. Hey, out loud.
You gotta speak up.
Feel the eggs and his face is ugly.
Drew, you so right! You so right!
Hey, do you know who Frederick Douglass is?
Do you know who Malcolm X is?
No,
Do you know who Martin Luther King is?
no.
What color is Jesus?
what have the people taught you? What have the people taught you? What is the color of Jesus?
You said what? Say it louder.
Say it louder.
Say it louder.
So,
Listening to these kids.
when it comes to why we, and I'm gonna let Noah talk on this. I apologize. I'm supposed to be hosting, but
He said, I guess.
I guess.
Brother, it's the dashiki energy.
Dashiki energy.
We can't forget the little ribbons.
It do have fringes. But,
fringes.
He left the courses
Sorry,
in
Rich.
doing that shit energy.
But when it comes down to it, on why we don't Black Lives Matter, hashtag march for when black people kill black people, it's because we don't actually value one another. We value the white man's opinion because his air is more crisp, his water is more delicious. That's really
Is it colder too?
It's colder and amazing.
Wonderful. So, Noah, I would like to hear your opinion towards the value of black on. Well, we're gonna just use the term just politically.
Yeah.
The value of black on black crime versus the police brutality, and why you think there's a big difference from how we react towards when police kill us versus when we kill ourselves, right? What is your opinion towards that?
Oh, my fault, brother.
When I think black on black people kill each other, it's because of it's because of greed or jealousy, like he was talking about. We care about money so much we would kill another brother or kill a sister, or we would just do it out for what they have or what they're gonna get, basically. But if it's a police killing a black person, we would get mad about that because we thought we was cool with them or we was friends, because we built up a friendship.
Or trust factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That we will trust each other to help each other out in situations. But today, our people are seeing that the police are not really trusting us, so we're trying to find a situation how to bring that back and try to fix that.
Like we trying to get on good terms with them?
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely. Well, that's the show for y'all today, man. Hey, before we do that though, I want everybody to go across the
Panel.
The panel. Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate
That's
you. Hoss with the sauce.
I know words.
Hoss with the sauce.
Yeah, Hoss with the sauce. So what we're gonna do is I want you guys to each go around and say a word, your favorite word. You know what I'm saying? Or how to describe you as a man, right? As a black man.
Right.
What's one word you would describe yourself as, right? So I want y'all to all go around, and I also want y'all to make sure that y'all shout out whatever, if y'all have a platform, a YouTube channel, you know what I'm saying, whatever you got going on, shout that out as well. So we're gonna start off with we started off with you last time, right?
Yeah. No, we started off with
So yeah, we're gonna start off with you. So
Alright,
make sure you say your name one more time for them too.
my name is Ali. I ain't got a word to describe myself. However, I will say dope. Follow my SoundCloud. No, I'm kidding.
But plug your
Anyway.
Instagram, actually.
Please and thank you.
Yeah.
Plug it.
Yes, the Instagram.
Well, we were
Right.
just talking about how I'm antisocial. You feel me? Don't follow me. Don't follow me.
Hey, I don't want y'all to follow me. Anyway.
Unless you think I'm cute. I'm not.
Okay, but they still don't know where to contact
At
you.
Young T'Challa.
I don't think people gonna hit up Young T'Challa, but the whole thing is alright, DJ. That's actually a hard name though. Young T'Challa's kind of hard.
I'm sorry, bro.
I'm gonna need you to put some respect on my friend over here. First of all,
What's your name? Hokage 79.
no, it's Donnie_Love.
Oh, that's kind of hard too.
Donnie Love.
Donnie Love.
Kind of hard too.
You sound like a real estate developer.
Nah, he sound like an 80s. He sound like an 80s R&B singer. Yeah.
Ooh, but I got the vocals. That's besides the point.
Y'all heard that new Donnie Love?
Yeah.
That sound hard, bro.
Oh, like a gospel singer.
Come on.
Drop the
Hey.
One word to describe you. Drop the links. Let's go.
I'm sorry, I can't take it serious. I don't know. One word to describe me is intelligence. That's what I strive for. There's always just too much to learn. We don't have enough time, but it's about trying to pursue that knowledge and bring other people up around you with that knowledge instead of just trying to just take other people down. is one of the most important things that we have to do in life. Already know, go follow my Instagram, Donnie_love. You think it's a game, it's not. Also, look out for 10 for 10. We are always got to plug it every single week. Go ahead and keep an eye out for 10 for 10. Follow us on Facebook at 10 for 10, same name. And keep an eye out for events. And I think that's all I got. Go ahead.
All right, little Caleb, what you got going on? Tell them, let the world know. We want to follow your Fortnite account. Let's get it.
Young Whiteman.
What do you describe yourself as?
Yeah, what's one word you would describe yourself as, Caleb?
A chef.
A chef.
Bro, you be cooking.
All right, y'all cringing now. You all right? Let's get it.
I'm not gonna play like you ain't certified yourself.
But listen, I'm running it, so there's a difference. All right, so Caleb.
That's all.
Yeah. One word I describe myself as is a young, educated black man. Well,
It's not one word, but you are.
Thank you. Educated. Okay.
Describe myself as an educated black man. And go follow me on Instagram at that kid Trey.
Ooh.
So,
Okay, that kid Trey, bet. Educated.
educated.
Haas with the sauce.
Yeah, it's your brother Hasadai. One word to describe me would be God with a little G. You can again catch us on Young Activist, Instagram, Young Activist, Facebook, Young Activist. You can follow me on Twitter at Hasadai8. Get with me, man.
Juice.
One word I describe myself is a weed.
I hope not.
Definitely a weed.
So what you have anything for people you got going on? What's going on with you, know?
I don't have that much.
Oh, you gotta leave them off with anime is only real if you believe it. So believe it.
Y'all some
Sorry.
You gotta pull up the
What?
Hold on, DJ. We gonna close out. Now this conversation.
I'm running his fade off camera.
But listen. Also, I just want to let y'all know, like I said again, I'm Young Activist, Haas with the Sauce. And also, like he said, we got a big event called a Fashion Pop-Up Show. It's at 5 to 8 at Martin Luther King High School if y'all want to come out. It's going to have black, brown culture there, you know what I'm saying, of all different kinds of art forms. So make sure y'all come out. Help support, you know what I'm saying, share it as well. Make sure you go and like and share this content as well. We need to make sure that we getting our youth voices out here. So I need y'all to share, like this, and go subscribe to the YouTube channel as well so we can be able to keep pushing this content and getting it to the next level to let people know that our youth have a voice out here, right? But that was a jolting experience, right, with Young Activists. You know, make sure y'all, like I said, like, follow, subscribe to the page, and we out.
Youdia.
How y'all doing? Young Activists, back here with another video. So today we're going to be talking about filters and why people use them. I know people who are addicted to social media. Like Kanye West said, social media is the modern day cigarette, and people are addicted to filters as well because people are addicted to the image of perfection. But people have to understand the importance of flaws because imperfection is the best perfection you could possibly have. A lot of people like to put puppy dogs on their face, lighten up their skin, try to make themselves look thinner. But in reality, the best way you can win somebody over is by owning up to your flaws and being yourself. We live in an idle period. For example, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, everything's about you. But what we don't understand is actually understanding how to be yourself and be imperfect and show your flaws on social media makes the perfect version of yourself. Instead of striving for perfection and what the image is in today's time, strive for being the perfect version of yourself. That's how you truly show perfection. There's no filter that's needed for that because when you're being yourself and you're comfortable with yourself, nobody can take that away from you. Don't strive for likes, strive for you. Truly be yourself. Don't strive for likes, strive for you. Likes don't pay bills, y'all. What we have to understand is being the best version of you means you're focusing on your goals, accomplishing what you have to do. And the people who are going to come around you are going to be needed. It's not the ones who just like you because you look good on the filter. They actually like you for you and the flaws that you come with. Imperfection is what you need to be striving for and being the best version of yourself. Likes don't pay bills. Social media is the modern day cigarette. And cigarettes kill you. All right, y'all, so we have to understand is this addiction is gonna be really hard to break, but if you can break this, you can break anything. Start striving for yourself, know how to understand and truly be yourself, and everything around you will be accomplished and manifested. You know what I'm saying? So there's a scripture I really like, Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31. It says, envy thou not the oppressor. Know how to be you, know how to be yourself, and love yourself. Number 1, turn off your notifications. Actually, call them notifications because you're not going to be on them no more because it's going to help you get off social media. So get off your notifications. Number 2, track the time in which you're on social media because you'd be surprised how long people be on social media. There's only 24 hours in a day, and we want to make sure we are reducing those times each and every single minute. Or number 3, get the hell off social media. Read a book. Get a hobby. Social media is not your life. If you ain't making money off of it, no reason you really need to be on it outside of that. Well, that's another jolting experience for young activists. Make sure you like and follow.
You.